Hey everybody, how's it going? We are going to be playing some rapid chess here on Lee Chess today, making a little bit of a change, trying this out. I've had an account on Lee Chess for some time and just really haven't used it. I have a provisional rating of 1429, which is obviously incorrect. I'm closer to 1,000. I did pass the 1,000 mark on chess.com. I had a few people reach out to me. Very nice of people to do that. And so we got an early A pawn move here. I'm looking to continue to develop, so let's go ahead and put some pressure on that E pawn right there. And kind of a passive move here to bring out that D pawn early like that. Nothing wrong with it, but it does block in that light score bishop. I'm going to go ahead and get my, well, let's see here. One thing I'm looking to prevent, maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll go ahead and move my H pawn to prevent their dark score bishop from pinning my knight. Okay, so they make an H-pawn move too. Probably one too many pawn moves early on here for Dimitri MDs. Dimitri underscore MDs? I don't know. Something like that. Along those lines. And I don't know. I don't mind this. This is a different setup than I'm used to, for sure. A little more simple layout, but everything I've heard people really like Lee Chess, and so I thought I'd give it a little bit of a try. Okay, so moving this C pawn here, preventing my knight from maneuvering in to that D pawn area, probably a good idea on their part. Also able to force this move up as well. So something that I'll be looking for in the next couple of moves here. I think I'm going to go ahead and just protect this E pawn even further by going to d6 here. Okay, so they're actually going to push out here. And I think that with that, I'm just going to go ahead and move back here. They are creating a bit of a pawn storm, though, on this queen side. I'm looking to castle fairly soon on the king side. And so they do. So this is now an inside-out pawn, meaning that it can only be protected by a piece instead of another pawn. So generally a fairly weak structure. It also, when he moved this, because this piece, this knight is undeveloped, we can move in here and take this pawn with kind of no repercussions. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. Also put some pressure on this pawn. And so I like that. So early on here, I feel like I've developed a little bit better. Okay, so they come and put some pressure on me right here. Obviously, this is protected by their knight, so I can't take there. And if this was not blocking right here, I would consider forking the queen and the rook, but that's not a possibility. So I think it's okay to just retreat here. I could retreat here. I don't really see any reason to, have them have the ability to take. So let's go ahead and just move back here. Okay, so they're going to lay down a pin. And with that, I'm going to just move my light score bishop to a spot to protect that, and then look to go ahead and castle here in the coming moves. Hope everybody's doing well, having a good weekend. It's Sunday. Beautiful here in Colorado today. Okay, so some pressure right here. So forcing my knight to make a move. Think probably the best thing to do here, just move right here. Look to get into this square eventually. Yeah, maybe even put some pressure here on that C square. It's not really, I'm not worried about this piece. Yeah, so let's go ahead and just make that move. Obviously, our light score bishops are facing off now. They can go ahead and take. I can take right back with my queen. Probably do that over taking with the knight. So, an early leading development, I think, is helping me at this point. And they're actually going to go back and now protect this piece even further because they're realizing I have two attackers of this square. Looking at castling, but I'm also looking at maybe moving this a pawn here. Reason I'm looking at moving that a pawn is it gives this bishop a cubbyhole. It also would allow me to get this dark score bishop out, attack this light score bishop. So I do like that, but I think right now, the pawn storm is only so prevalent. I'm deciding on whether this a pawn move now or later. I do like that move. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm not overly concerned. I can castle whenever I want. And this just kind of protects this square even so that they now can't come in here. And it does. It gives me an outpost here. I can then open up my A file if they decide to do that. Okay, so they then move here to prevent me from coming in. Okay. So, because I do have that cubby hole, I'm going to go ahead and just castle. Seems like the responsible thing to do at this point. Up a pawn, might as well, right? Might as well. Very undeveloped here on the queen side with their dark score bishop and that queen side knight still stuck on the back rank. I am looking to also possibly move here. I have a feeling that they are going to put some pressure on this dark score bishop. Okay, so they now castle as well, following suit. Let's look at a few things here. Maybe we go ahead and bring this light score bishop out, attacking the knight here on the back rank. Now they can move out here or here. Couple moves that I'm looking at. Yeah. I actually think what I'll first do, though, is move this knight here. So then if I do bring this out, I have some... I guess it's not protected that way, but I don't know. I don't love this being here. I don't love having my queen protect 1, 2, 3 pieces. I'm not a big fan of that. I'm also looking at wanting to... Maybe that's the move. Now that I'm seeing this, maybe I push this c-pawn because I have 1, 2 attackers of that square, or defenders. If it moves there, they take... I can take with my b-pawn, or I can bring my knight back. I don't hate that idea. Yeah. Does create a bit of a... It does uncover this pawn, but I think that that's worth it in this situation. And that puts a ton of pressure on this d pawn here, and they really can't protect it any further, especially because their rooks aren't connected, so it's going to make it more difficult. Barber shops are opening up here next week, so it's possible that I could get a haircut, although I'm a little freaked out about the idea of doing that. But as you can tell, it's gotten crazy. You should see the back of it. There's a lot of hair there. Okay, so they go ahead and force movement of my dark score bishop. That does not bother me. Really at all in this situation. Totally okay with that. So they've kind of cramped us in here. All right. And so now it's the... do I want to take... I think I want to take with my light score bishop. The reason I say that is now they are eyeing this d pawn, and my only protector is my queen. So the only way to do that is to get this light score bishop out of the way. And I'm kind of okay with that. Yeah, I feel like that's overall a pretty good move. I can now protect by going here. It's not a space I love for that knight, but it would add another protector to this area. So they actually go and protect that piece, so I really can't move in there. Thinking about, what about just going here? They can't attack my... this square, and then it would be protected by 1, 2, 3 pieces, 4 pieces actually. Oh yeah, I think that's the move. I like my control over the center right now. My D and E pawn are still alive. They don't have either left. Their wing pawns are moving into my area, but it's not an overly concerning... I'm not overly concerned about that. And I think that this is going to back them up, and it's going to create more problems on their queen side. So overarchingly, I think that's a good thing. And they are ahead in time, 12:18 to 8:46. But I do think that I have plenty of time. I'm not overly worried about my time. So, couple things here. We can... I don't think I really want to give them the opportunity to move in here. Yeah, but I also am looking at moving here. Maybe finally connecting my rooks too by moving this queen up here. Not a whole lot of other places I can go with my queen. So yeah, I think maybe that's a good idea. Allow these rooks to communicate, give more protection over here. Let's go ahead and do that. That way too, if I want to cause some problems with them, couldn't do it there, but if I did want to move to this square with my bishop, have them take, and instead of having to double up my b pawns on a side where they'd be 3 versus 1, I could go ahead and take with this piece instead. So I think that's good. Let me know what you guys think about the setup here. I'll probably have to change some things. But I like playing on Lichess. This is a good setup. I wasn't sure how I'd feel about it, and feel pretty good about it. Okay, so they attack my queen. Not real concerned about that. So we can take here, they take back, or they can take with their queen if they are so inclined to do so. Yeah, let's go ahead and just take. I think that they could be taking with this as the idea. They decide not to. Okay, so this piece still unprotected. And I don't really see any ways to take advantage of that at the moment. Trying to see what I can do with this knight. I don't love that it's just on this 7th rank. I don't think it's up to its full potential here. One thing I'm seeing, move here, he can take. I have to take back with this. It does open up this F file, which I don't hate. I don't hate the idea of opening up with the F file. And so let's go ahead and do that. Should be a move that they're looking at. Now, I don't love, trading a piece that's unprotected for a piece that is protected. One of the trade-offs, I would say, to that move. But I do like the idea of being able to double up on the bubble up, as Ben Feingold would say. Oh, okay, so they decide to say no to that and move in further here, putting some pressure on here. I'm not seeing a lot of places they can go, though, out of this. Yeah, not seeing a whole lot of places they can go from this. And actually now, too, what I'm looking at is the possibility of putting some pressure on this rook. Move here, or get this rook over. Trying to see if there's anything they can really do. I'm not seeing it. I do think that they wanted this outpost, though. Possibility of moving in here. Something I'm looking at. But this idea, and maybe even, because that then opens up a semi-open file here. Maybe the first thing we do, let's go ahead, protect here on the E file. And then let's go ahead and look to move here on our next move. We are running lower on time, so I want to be sure that I'm being careful on that. And okay, so they do attack here with that dark score bishop. Looking to, I guess, open up this king side. But I take, he takes back. You know, yeah, puts me in check then. I have to move up here maybe. He's a little blocked there. Okay. The idea of maybe moving here is still around, but I think why not just take here? It doesn't do, it's not great for my king side protection. I don't love it. But, and I know that they're going to look to move here. Yep. Deciding on where I want to move, because going here, I can put pressure on taking this piece, but then they can just move back here. Yeah, but they can move back there easily. Going here, I'm just trying to see if there's any traps that I would fall into. I don't believe so. They can't take here because I'm protecting with my queen. I'm not going to take, so let's just move to the center. Give further protection to this piece. I mean, yes, it's only one, but there is something in front of me. Not that I think that that's necessarily overly helpful. So they do finally clear out there. Attacking here. Few different spots that they can go to on their next move. Looking at, I think now going here, although what if we move to the C file, to that semi-open C file, and then move here? Because now this is an unprotected piece. So let's go ahead and do that. Get into the spot that we want to be in. And then look to move here next. I don't want to pre-move. I'm not that low on time. Okay, they move that up protecting even further here. I can also move here to move that piece out. Although one thing to look at, now they've opened up over here. Let's look to move maybe here so that they can't invade over here. I think that that's what they're looking to do, is to bring this queen in. So let's go ahead and move here. Even think about getting somewhere to attack them. We can do a little bit of attacking of our own with our queen. If they decide to move here, we can take our queen and get into this area, threatening mate sooner than they would like. Yeah. Especially with this diagonal for our dark score bishop, I think we're opening some things up here. Changing plans a bit, because I know I was looking to move here, but this is a real threat. And I think that that does a pretty good job of blocking that threat. Can also look to move in here maybe at some point. Yeah. I don't love that this knight is blocking the queen moving forward for them. I think that's not so beneficial. Maybe even opening up this light score bishop soon by moving the d pawn up. And allowing this attack to come in. And then following maybe with this in here. Yeah, there's a lot of possibilities. So that might be something we look to do here sooner rather than later. They're taking their time now, it looks like, which is good. This has been a well-fought game. I am up 2. But just barely up in material. I do like my position better. And I've liked my position better since the beginning. I haven't loved their position from the start here. I think that they took way too long to develop. And so kind of allowing us to dictate a little bit of the game. They did cramp us with this pawn storm, but as you can see, not a lot has come of it. We're still heavily influencing the center. Okay, so they move their queen out here. And yeah, so that makes this attack even more of an option, in my opinion. So yeah, if we go here, I think that attack is even better. It leaves them with very few squares to go for. They can take, they can't take, let's go ahead and do that. I think that this is just a brutal attack on their queen. Okay, so they move that knight in there. All right. Okay. But now we can take here. They can't take back without opening up this queen. So this knight is somewhat useless. Also, look maybe at some point to get here and attack even further. They can move over their rook to try and take advantage. They can take with their queen too. I should say that. But then we could take here. That opens up this file to attack the queen. So just like I said, I think that this is a fairly brutal attack on their queen. So something to keep in mind, the minute 18 remaining. Also, just because I'm playing here on Lichess, I think the servers were down this morning on chess.com, so that's really the only reason I'm playing on here. Doesn't mean that I am not ever going to play on chess.com again. Definitely will. Love chess.com. It's great, but it's good to try new things. And so they attack here. It does attack our queen and there. So, and they can come in here next. I don't want to move to a place where they can fork us. Let's go here. I don't think that they can fork us here. I know that they are probably looking to move in there and maybe put a check on us there. So this is still open and an option. If they don't move that queen, but yeah, they've done a lot to get into our king side and attack viciously with these knights. So they are down a piece. So I think that they've done a great job of just really, really being aggressive and attacking us very, very well. Might pre-move this just in case. I have a feeling that they will not allow for that to be the move, but hey, if they do, I want to be prepared for it and I want to make that move quickly. Don't want to overthink it. Take the queen if you can. But this too, one thing to keep in mind, square right here is this pawn is holding up both of these knights. So I don't foresee that being very strong. I think eventually we'll be able to break that up. And so they've really taken their time here in this end game, in this middle game. They moved quickly early, but they've taken their time. And so I give them a lot of credit. I think the quality of this opponent is higher than I've played on chess.com too. Okay, so they do get out of there. And it looks like they want to trade queens. I don't have a lot of time here. I'm just looking to either take here or, yeah, let's just trade queens. That might not be the right move, but at this point, I don't have a lot of time to think about it. They're going to be able to take back with that knight. Does coordinate their knights a little bit better. Maybe we go ahead and take a pawn, put some pressure on their rook there. Maybe with the idea of moving back here, put more pressure on that knight next. Okay. That's what we're going to go ahead and do. We are protecting this piece, although they're coming at us here, so they can take now. Right there. Didn't see that initially. So something to keep in mind. Also looking to get this pawn going forward, and didn't see that they could take the rook. They've been able to do that for a long time, and it looks like they just haven't done it. Kind of strangely. Wow. I can't believe I allowed that. Okay. Let's get out of the way here. So the plus 10 is going to be our friend going forward, but I may not be as vocal here in the end game because I'm just trying to do what I can to win this. Son of a gun in the end. They go ahead and take. Okay, what if we just move forward here? Maybe look to get in here, although they can move here and exchange rooks. So yeah, exciting game so far. If they do move here, we can fork the king. We can't fork the king. If we get here, then we could fork the king and the rook. But then it would be a little late too. So, because they could just take with that knight or with that rook. Okay, so go ahead and put some pressure on that knight. Don't allow them to just kind of sit in there. Okay, and actually, yeah, what if we move here? Checkmate or check. They take, we take back. They can move here, but then we can just take as well. We can also move this bishop over. Okay, so they go ahead, do that. All right. Let's go ahead and protect right there. Maybe get here and then look to bring this guy in if they don't move. Okay. And so they put me in check, maybe move up here to try and take this pawn. We're going quick. We're moving quickly now. Don't have a choice. It's not all going to be perfect at this point. And we're going to have to be okay with that. They're putting some pressure on this. Okay. So let's go ahead and take this pawn. If they want to take here, that's fine. Move back here. Looking for this rook to possibly come in at some point. Okay, again, putting pressure here. Put them in check. All right. And go ahead and attack that rook. Ooh, okay. Put me in check. Go back here. Maybe looking to draw. If they keep doing this again, I may have to find another spot. That would be a take for them. Go ahead and move here to attack the rook. Think I'm going to be able to promote as we gain some time. Yeah, we should be able to promote, very least get rid of this rook in the end game here. And I'm playing with 3 minor pieces. They're not okay. Let's go ahead and promote to the queen. If they go ahead and take, which they should, we can take right back. That puts us up 6. Big lead for us. Maybe look to put them in check next here. Okay. They're looking to promote. I'm looking to put them in check and obviously checkmate eventually. We could skewer, but that would not work. So let's go ahead. This is protected now a couple of times. Yeah. Okay, so they move in here. Let's put them in check. They can't take, and we can't take back. Shoot, didn't see that. Bad move. I've got some time, so I got to be a little smarter than that. That was a really kind of a dumb move on my part. Just no reason to do that. Put some pressure on this. Possibility of promoting another pawn here. They are at this 5 spot, so that puts them ahead. Look to maybe get back here and protect these squares. Great thing about having a knight left is we're going to be able to attack pretty easily. Okay. So if we get in here, that's going to protect this square. Try not to get forked. All right, let's promote. Get up as soon as we can. Maybe even get our king into a position where our king is moving like that. Go here to protect against them promoting. So I do like that. And here we go. Okay. So now they are attacking that right there. But it's looking like we're going to be able to promote here, and they are in a situation where they may not be able to promote. So let's go ahead and look to do that going forward. And this is just a tough position trying to get that in there. It's not looking like that's going to be very feasible going forward. And they may just continue to try and put us in check as much as possible. We can kind of shoo them away. Their king has not been as active. So a good time to mention how important that king is in the end game. Their king has been almost unheard of, and ours has been very active. So we've been able to get close to promotion here. And right here, we're able to do that. They can move back here. Yep. Although, yeah, it is looking like they're going to continue to try. So do we, I mean, because if we go here, they're going to just promote. That's going to be for sure. So I'm thinking of maybe trying to get back there, but maybe trying to promote here and taking away their knight. I know that this is probably going to come in next. So if they move their king here, what do we do? I mean, we can take here, they take here, we promote first. That would be an option. I like that we were able to get here too, because it prevents them from going a whole lot of places with their knight. I don't love that move of their king for them. So, and with that increment time period, we are able to get ahead on time now. We have 237. They have 141. This chess is making me thirsty. I think we've played this fairly well as black. Okay. So they do go ahead and attack here, but that doesn't matter because I'll be able to promote to a queen and I'll be able to protect this piece now too. Yeah. So they can go ahead and try and take here, then promote, I guess. Maybe that's what they're looking to do. But if I take here, it's also going to skewer their king and this it's going to skewer the king and this pawn. Maybe look to bring this knight down here to the A8 square, kind of an awkward square, but block it from being able to move forward at all. I think, too, they're starting to see that they're in some trouble. So let's go ahead. Yeah, let's go ahead and just block here. And then, yep. So that puts pressure on them, also kind of allowing us to get us into a good position here. This doesn't allow them to move that knight, and we'll be able to take it most likely on the next move, which we do. Put them in check. Let's move this king up. Okay. Let's get this king up further. All right, they're just going to a back rank, and I think we'll be able to move in for the mate here very soon. They're kind of putting themselves in a position where we're just going to be able to move in, and I don't know if they're looking to try and cause a stalemate, but hopefully we can be smarter than the average bear and not allow that. And so they're getting backed into a corner here. And now, yep, of course, they draw the stalemate. Oh my goodness. Right there. And wow. Yeah. Very unhappy. Unbelievable that I allowed that to happen. Should have just moved. Should have done anything but that. That was not good. It just, they're now can't move anywhere, so they draw the stalemate. Let's go ahead and look at this. Again, I think we played pretty well throughout. 82 moves. And let's go ahead and move back here. So they say that the move here is to push forward with that E pawn. We decided to go with the C pawn here. They're saying they should have taken, didn't, so right there was good. So we go ahead and make the stockfish move, and yeah, they attack. They say that might not be the best move, but and then they do end up getting in there. We could have moved back. Oh, yeah. So let's see in the end game here where we should have gone on this move. So they say, yeah, just secure them to this one line, secure them to the H file, and, in the coming moves, we could have done something. But yeah, that was not the right move. Yeah, so I end up making a huge mistake in the game there. I mean, that was just not a smart move. I had a lot of other moves available. So our first game here on Lichess, we may play a few more games on Lichess. I enjoyed the experience. I hope you guys did as well. Make sure you click the subscribe button, hit the notifications bell to be aware of when all our videos come up. We're going to be putting our videos up in the afternoon this week. Just trying out something different. Check us out on Reddit, Keaton Monier, K Monier on Reddit, and K Monier Chess on Twitter. That's KMONIER. Hope you guys have a great start to your week. I will see you tomorrow for some Blitz Chess.